Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally, we're taking a look at NAMM XT by Artera DSP. It is a neural amp modeler for your guitar or bass. So let's ouch. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. And I hope you're doing okay. Woo, we're here. Thank you, Leela, for the kind dumping people over here to this particular show. Great show. Also, Leela opens for me most days of the week. I can't even think of them right now. Today, the day before, and tomorrow, yesterday. Who knows? And she does a great job with varied entertainment from app reviews, teaching you how to do things in live performances. So you should subscribe if you haven't already. And, of course, our dear friend, Thomas Christ, this dude here, bang, slamming the links in the chat. He's got a show coming up straight after me today, showing you his process of how he makes his songs as well. And he's probably the #1 moderator on the entirety of YouTube. So that is the way it rolls. And he's slinging links here if you want to send SuperChats, do all that stuff. Become a member for $1. That's up to you. It helps, all that jazz. Or become a Patreon. For $1 a month, I'll master your songs each and every week for $1 a month. Yeah, pretty cheap. Or $5 a month and you get to win a whole bunch of apps that we show here on the show during the week on the Patreon each weekend. Hello to everybody here who's hanging out with us. We've got Tom, we got Justine Kasprick, we got, who else? Leela. TX, hello. Welcome. Yeah, they're raids, but we call them dumps, where you just dump on everybody. Welcome, TX. Hugh Caldwell, g'day. Who else do I see who's here as I scroll down this list? FPC, hello to you. And anyone else I've got to do a shout out to before we get into it? Shelley. Hi, Shelley. Happy days to you. Ed Zielinski, speaking of Ed Zielinski, he's coming on the show this week. Ed Zielinski is going to hang out with this musician and amazing YouTube content creator for iOS stuff. And I bet he's nervous as absolute dog's bollocks about coming on. But he is coming on. We got some great interviews coming up over the next few weeks. Some really amazing female artists for our interviews each and every Thursday, US, UK time. So that is happening. We've got some really good ones coming up. And towards the end of next month, we may be getting a little bit buttery. Who knows? Have I missed anyone here? I think I got most of you. If I've missed you, that's because I'm a dick. It is fun. Don't be nervous. He'll be right. Forest of the Wolves here as well too. All right. Let's get into today's app now. I need to put out a disclaimer. During the month of March, there are a few apps that were sent to me to be reviewed, and unfortunately, we had just circumstances that I wasn't prepared for during the month of March, because Brad Example came out from Canada and stayed with me, and we did all this filming, and I had to keep the show flowing, so some things got lost a little bit in the mix. And when I say some things got lost in the mix, some app demos I was meant to do back in March got lost in the mix, and I'm slowly catching up to them. I think there's only about 2 or 3 left I've got to catch up with, and today is one of those. So I just want to put out to Artera DSP, who are the developers of today's app, that I am sorry once again that this fell so far behind, but here we are, and we're doing the show now. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this wonderful app here. This is called NAMM XT. It is a neural amp modeler. So we are in the future, folks, with guitar modeling and all this kind of stuff. So, how cool is it? Remember the days, if you're a guitarist, you remember the day you rolled up to a gig and you had your pedal boards and all this jazz, and you had to have power supplies for everything to plug everything in. And man, there's a lot of 9-volt batteries and a lot of power supplies and all that kind of jazz. It's full on, you know, and then there's your amp and all that stuff. And we move into the modern era and we have things like these, the Tonex pedal here. I have a Tonex 1 sitting here as well too, the Tonex 1. And we can pretty much capture all this stuff inside these little boxes, and we don't even need to carry around a rig or anything like that. It's truly amazing technology. And I think sometimes it's funny, you know, as creators and musicians or whatever, sometimes we don't stop and smell the roses and just go, oh, wow, look what we have, right? And you kind of go, oh, another amp sim with a bunch of like neural stuff. It's still really, really impressive to me, right? And so the difference is with a lot of these modelers like Tonex, you got to outlay a lot of cash to buy a hardcore piece of equipment, and it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and then you've got to pay for the subscription, say to Tonex, to IK Multimedia to get all of the tones and all that. So there's a lot of money involved still, but so much more compact. The technology is so much cooler. And last year I covered an app here on the channel by the same developer that we're talking about today, Artera DSP, and that was called GigFast Lite Neural Amp Suite. So this thing is free to download with some in-app purchases. You can either do a lifetime unlock, or you can go monthly with this one. The full lifetime access is like $39. It's a little bit different because not only does GigFast come with the ability to load NAM files and IRs and all that kind of stuff, you've also got a whole bunch of built-in stuff, and it's a pretty serious amplifier as well. So you've got presets and all that built into this one. So it's a little bit more expensive, as you can see. The unlock is $39.99, or the subscription model. Whereas this little app we're looking at today, NAM XT, is a much smaller version of this without all of the presets and without anything like that. It's pretty much a DIY. You download it, you go find the IRs and the NAM files, and you set it all up. Unfortunately, it was on sale over Easter for $4.99. It's gone up to $9.99. There you go. So now you got an idea of that it does come down in price, but it's $10. It's super, super cheap. And we're going to take a look at how it all works right now. Hi, Studio 6 Plus One. Your app is coming up hopefully this week. Yours is another one that got lost in the shuffle a little bit, but we're nearly there. I'm nearly caught up, man. Been working my ass off behind the scenes. I can't wait to catch up. Joe Glenn, hello to you. Del, g'day to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone I've missed, I do apologize. My eyesight is dog shit. So let's get into how this thing works and explain to you what all this neural nonsense is. So what are NAM files? What is neural amp modeling? So NAM files in guitar modeling, it's associated with neural amp modeler. So NAM, that's where the name comes from. NAM, Neural Amp Modeler. All right, we all good? The difference is between NAM and all these other things like Tonex and all that. NAM is a free and completely open source guitar amp simulation software. It uses neural networks, pretty much the same kind of way, to recreate the sound and feel of guitar amps, pedals, and cabinets. So you can use NAM to create your own sounds from your own pedals or download them, because there's a hell of a lot of them. Essentially, it's a trained neural network that captures the sonic characteristics of a specific guitar amplifier, a preamp, an overdrive, a distortion pedal, or even a full rig. So your amp, cab, and your pedals in a full rig. So you can capture the gear. Someone uses a process called profiling. So this is what's used for things like Tonex and all of that. Profiling the actual amplifier, the pedal, and it takes a readout of it and understands what it is, and it creates a file that you can load, yeah? The samples train a neural network to mimic the gear's behavior, like tone, gain, response, dynamics, and saturation. And the output of this training gives you a .nam file. So these are the files that you're looking for. .nam. and these can be loaded into a NAM plugin to load these tones. Why is it cool? Well, it's ultra realistic. It's very hard pressed to hear the difference, as you would know with things like ToneX, and so many videos have been made on this stuff. Sounds shockingly close to the real thing, often indistinguishable from mic'd up amps in blind tests. It's shareable, open source. Yeah, so you can take, if you, whatever amp you've got, one of my amps here, I could just mic it up, capture it, and then put it up, and anybody can grab it. And these things are incredibly lightweight. Yeah, so using a NAM player like this, extremely lightweight. You've just got to load in these tiny little files, and there you go. And I think for there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to download something like ToneX and pay for it, where they'd rather tinker around and play with this stuff. So this is really good for the tinkerers as well. What do you need to do this stuff? You need a plugin. So you need something to load the NAM files, and that's what NAM XT does. It's pretty much just a player, no presets, nothing inside it. You've just got to generate it all yourself. You need NAM files, and optionally an IR loader. The beautiful thing about this NAM XT is that it comes with 2 slots for NAM files and 2 slots for IR files, which is really, really cool. Now you're probably asking, where the hell do I get these NAM files? Well, I'm glad you asked, because Tone 3000 is the place you're going to want to come. Now this had another name. They changed their name recently. When I did the last show on these, it used to be called Tone Hunt. Now you don't need an account for this. You don't even need to log in. I have an account. Mine's set up here. So all you need to do is go to Tone 3000. I've got a profile set up. I can upload my own stuff. We have a little description here. What are NAM files? Free open source technology that uses deep learning to capture digital models of amp heads, pedals, full rigs, combo amps, and outboard gear. And an impulse response is a digital model of a speaker cabinet, reverb or room acoustics captured in a waveform. So most of these are going to be your for your heads, the amp heads, pedals, full rigs, all this kind of stuff for the NAM files, and everything else that's IR are going to be for your cabinets, yeah, for your speaker cabinets. So here at Tone 3000, it's pretty easy to start looking for stuff. You've got your front page here with a bunch of new NAM profiles and IR. So there's a whole mixture of stuff. And when you look here, it tells you what the files are. So just seeing here, Piranha Rocktron, it's an amp head capture. It's a NAM file. You can click on this. It'll take you to the actual, to the page, the official page of it. You can have a listen to it if you want to hear the tone, and you can hear. So you can hear there, it's playing a tone there. You've got the model in here, and we can add an IR if we want. You can also test it with different guitars just to hear the tone before you download it. If you like the tone, everything's good, you just hit download all, and it's going to offer you to download. So you can do all this on iOS or on your desktop. That's completely up to you. This app works on iOS. NAM XT works on iOS and Mac. So if you pay for it on iOS, you get it working for the Mac as well. So that's downloaded, all good. I should be able to go over to my Files app, into my downloads. Let's, I'm just going to open, I think I've already got 2 open here, do I? No, let's do that. Let's open up another thing here. I want to go to my downloads, and there's the Piranha Rocktron zip. I'm just going to drag this into my NAM folder. And then I can come in here and unzip it, and it should create this file here. So you can see there, let me just get rid of this. So there it is, the Piranha Channel 3, there it is, that is the NAM file. I've got a whole bunch of NAM files in here already to play around with. Pretty easy to download stuff. Let's head back over to the page here. and show you how to browse around a little bit more. When you hit browse on this page, hi Gary, Hobbs and Costa, what's going on? Good to see you both. So when you click on the browse page, this is what you get. And you can filter to your heart's content, right? So you got amp heads, full rigs, combos, pedals, outboards. We'll just go with amp heads for the moment. I'm going to check that. We can go with tags. So you can choose, like I can write in here, metal, modern metal, rock metal, thrash metal. Let's just choose thrash metal. And we can come down here, makes and models, completely up to you. You can do a search, find your makes and models, creators, technical stuff, and you can then do a search. So out of all these, we've got this one here, Death to Maiden. So let's go grab this and we'll click on it. It's had 397 presets. So it's a capture of a preamp section of the Galleon Kruger 250 ml using different settings. We've got a little sample here. We'll hit play. All right, I'm just going to grab this. So we'll hit download all. So this web page is absolutely free. Yeah, go and bookmark it. I haven't put a link to it in the description yet, but it will be there. So tone3000.com. You don't need an account. You can if you want. Let's go back over here to our folders, and we should be able to now grab this. So there it is, and drag this into my NAM folder, and we can unzip it. And you can see one's a little bit different. So it's created a folder where this Piranha only created one file down here, this one NAM file, but this one created a folder. So it's got two. We've got a maiden tone and a death tone. So we'll try out both of those. Now I'm sure you want to get into hearing some tones, yeah, because that's what you're all here for. So let's just open up AUM to kick things off. Boom, grab a guitar. And then once we run through where everything is in this, we're going to add it to a Metheus song and see if we can beef up these guitars a little bit using this thing. Give me a second. All right, let's grab the guitar. Hopefully it's in tune. In case, we'll just add a little slot here and let's put in a tuner. Just to make sure we're all good. Hey, we got some sound. How's our tuner? Tuna. Fish. Yeah, exactly. That's how we say it here in Australia. Just deal with it. I know it's hard. So everything's a little bit tuna. There we go. Almost there. Okay, we've got sound coming through. Let's have a look at this thing. Let's get a bit of volume here on my guitar. So here it is. Not a lot to it, yeah? As I said, you've got an input up here. So to when I hit play some, you can see your output. We can come in here and create a brand new preset. So when I said at the beginning there's no presets, there you go. All empty presets. You've got down here, if we scroll through, there's 128 empty presets. These are yours to make your own freaking presets yourself. You're paying $10 for this loader. We can come in here to our settings. We've got a bunch of settings in here for MIDI stuff. We've got a MIDI connected. You've got MIDI mapping you can go ahead and do as well. You can, if you've got too many NAM and IR files loaded in here and it's getting all too confusing, you can clear your library. There is a user manual down here too. When you click on this, will take you to, hopefully, no, it's not there. So there you go. The help menu is not there, but you shouldn't have too many troubles working it out, because you're watching this show, aren't you? All right, so across here we've got our NAM loaders. So we've got 2 NAM loaders, and here you can select it one. So now if you want to import anything, as soon as you click on here, NAM loader 1, you are given the option to choose one. But I haven't added all the new ones, so let's go over here to our NAM folder. Let's grab in this Piranha, and we'll go in here. So we'll open this, and that has been added. And now we can add these other 2 as well. So we'll go in here and select both of these and hit open. And now these have been added as well. So let's choose this. Wow. Straight away. Now you'll notice when I first loaded that up, there's a fair bit of noise coming out of there. Yeah, absolute fair bit of noise. I just turned up the noise gate. So I got a little noise gate in there just to take away some of that noise. Now I hear you saying, hang on, that sounds a bit tinny and a bit gacky. What the hell? Gacky, it's not even a word. Well, we're just listening to the amp head at the moment. That's what this is. We need to select an IR. We need to select a cabinet to go along with it. So down here we have 2 IR loaders as well. And I've got a couple of them in here. I've got this System of a Down one. Let's just load that up. And let's see what difference it makes to the tone. Wow. Wow. So you can hear a massive difference there by adding a cabinet, because it makes sense, doesn't it? You're not going to have an amp head with no speaker. It's going to sound silly. It's like the old days when you used to do a gig. I remember in the metal bands I used to play in, and you'd have your pedals, your Boss pedals. You'd have a metal pedal and a metal zone pedal, and you'd put them down on the floor and then tape a bit of cardboard across both of the ends of the pedals, so when you clicked on them, they'd both load the 2 pedals at the same time. But if you load a pedal into just a pedal without, you're going to get a very horrible, non-crunchy sound. Now, if I change this IR loader down here, because I've got another one in here, we've got an anthrax spreading the disease one. So much more high gain tone with this one. Let's bring the level up a bit. Now, of course, we can alter this because there are still some options in here. So with our loader, let's just bring up the tone a bit. We've got some across here. We've got our input, we've got our gate, and we've got our EQ. So we can add a bit of bass. We've got a bass, middle, treble, and we've got a level here on the end. Panning. Now, there's no pan set for this, but we can set a pan for this by adding another NAM file. So you'll see it over here. We have, g'day Pete Johns, Bonfire, hello. You'll see over here we've got loader A and loader B. Well, if I turn this on to dual, this now opens up loader B. So I can come in here and choose a completely different amp. Let's come up here. We'll add this one here. And now we can get a combination of amp heads together. Pretty cool. And what's really nice is that we have the option to run this in a stacked view or parallel. So listen to the difference. So I've got this System of a Down, I've got these 2 amp heads here. We'll just drop this level down so it's not too loud. So I've just switched that to parallel, and wow. So for these two particular sounds, parallel over stack. Pretty nice sound, yeah? And what's it cost us? $10 for this, and you have the complete power to load your own IRs or whatever you want. So complete flexibility. The other thing is too, you're not going to find delays and reverbs or anything else in this because, well, we're on iOS. We have other slots to be able to go and add other tones in here. Also, so you can mess with the gate and bass with both of these. Turn them off at any time, go back to dual at any time. We also have a dual loader for the IR loader. So let's turn this on as well. And I'm going to come in here to select an IR. And let me just put down my guitar for a second. So I can do this with two hands. That's what she said. And I want to go and find some of my tones. So I have a heap of tones here. I'm going to go to my Rocket Pro external hard drive. Hopefully it's working today. And what I need to find in here is my tones. So give me a second. Normally they're up the top. I don't know what I've done to move them. Now, in previous shows, what I'll try and do as well too, I do have a link if you'd like to download all. I have this folder here. Let me find it first and I'll show it to you. At the end of the show, I'll put this link in here. This is my all IR cab files. And as you can see in here, I've got a shitload of IR cabs, yeah? So this is my favorite one, this metal band cab. So I'll put the link in the description if you want to download this. It's from my Google Drive folder, and it's got all these IRs if you'd like to grab it. You can see Fender Twin, some nylon acoustic stuff, acoustic IRs, IR pack updates, IR cab files. Look at all these things. You've got Ampeg and orange stuff. There's heaps of stuff in here. So I'll put that in the description. But this is my favorite folder. This is in there too. This is my metal band cab IR pack. And it's actually like listed of band names of cool metal bands. So if I scroll down, we can probably find Slayer in here. There's some Dimmu Borgir. Let's grab a Dimmu Borgir. And what's really cool is you can multi-select to import these. You don't just have to import one at a time, which would be a pain in the ass. We've got this Marshall. Let's grab this one. Let's just grab a few of these. Children of Bodom. Why not? So Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, Deicide. These are some really nice IRs. Slayer, Hell Awaits. Why not? Fear Factory, Napalm Death. And there's some really brutal stuff too. Really light stuff like Megadeth and all that kind of shit in here as well. Dream Theater, as you can see. Some Mesa Boogie. Boom. Pantera. What else? We'll grab a couple more. There's a Sepultura. Arise, Sepultura. And maybe what else? We're at the end of the loop. What about Whitesnake? And now I hit open and you'll see all these have now populated this section here. So we've got all these IRs and I can just click like Dimmu Borgir. And here we go. So now I've got two IRs loaded in here. Hello, Miss Stephanie. I finally woke up early enough to catch your show. Folks, we got Miss Stephanie coming on the show, and it's going to be very, very exciting. It's on the 9th, I do believe, for an interview. She's awesome, super talented. So the 9th for us here in Australia. So it will be the 8th for the rest of you. So grab onto your hats for that one, my friends. All right, let's, we've got both of these IRs loaded now. Okay, so what does this sound like? Let's have a listen. Oh my God. Jesus, I'm going to turn off my mic so I can't hear the strings rattling. Fuck me, sounds nice. But what else can you do with it? So now you notice we've got a dual IR loader down here. This gets really fun because we can pan A, which is the IR loader, A, and pan B. So both our sounds are splitting into left and right speakers. Let's show you that. Here's the Dimmu Borgia one. Let's give it a bit of level. And the System of a Down one. Bring them both in. Fuck me, that's heavy. Now, you guys saw in real time how quick that was to do. And I didn't pay for anything except the loader. All right. So pretty damn nice. Now, you can link these. So we're in our dual mode over here. We can link these. So if we turn it on, now all the levels, so when I change the level over to the left, you'll see the one on the right is moving as well. So we can link them. Man, that's a nice tone. So you know what we want to do now? Because I've got no presets. If we go over here and hit the disk, we can save this into a preset, I do believe. Can we do it? There's our empty preset. I want to save this now. I haven't actually saved a preset. So let's call this, we'll call this metal. Because it's so gay. All right, 01. So I'm going to hit the save button now, and hopefully it works. And now if we flick over to empty preset, there's nothing in there. Come back over to number 2, and there's our sounds. So super easy. And then on top of that, you want to add your own EQ or whatever. You can go for that because that's what we have the power to do. Let's load in like a filter, so we can go with a Pro Q4. Load in our own EQ. Come over here, you. Sweet. And the one really good thing about this I do love, this is only one of them, but to have a gate built in that's so easy to use is just so nice. You can hear it's just chopping out any of those extra squeals. And you got to admit, we are living in the future with this kind of stuff. So oops, let's come in here and load. What do I have in this one? I had got System of the Down. Oh, it's because I changed this to link. Let's bring this Dimmu Borgia tone back in. That's what it was. So I'm going to resave this. Okay, super stuff. So what we're going to do next is try. So that's pretty much it, yeah? Oh, you got a master control in the middle. We got a low and high cut here for each of the IR loaders and a level for each of them. You can't get too lost with this. It's really wonderful. Got a built-in noise gate. It's just up to you to go and find the tones. And if you're anything like most people in this community, with the guitarists, you know your cabs and your speakers and the things that you like. So you can pretty much head over to Tone 3000 and just do a search and just find the tones, the amps, the stuff that you want. There's a search bar up here. Marshall. I spelt it wrong, didn't I? Of course, 2 L's. But look at that. Just do a search for Marshall and you're going to get a heap of stuff. Now, remember, with all this too, they're not only cabinets. So you can see here, amp head capture, amp head capture. If I type maybe something like Boss, are we going to get pedals? Possibly. Look at that. Pedal capture. Boss BE5M, HM3, the Boss SD1, so your Super Overdrive. So all these are being captured as well for absolutely fucking free. Ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. So let's open up a project and see what we can do with one of my new songs that I'm working on. We're at our halfway point, folks. Every day on the show we run an ad because I have to pay the fucking bills. So if you want to avoid the ad, just click the skip button or just become a YouTube Premium subscriber. The ad has been run. You may or may not get served an ad. I can't help it the way it works. It's all Google. Blame them. While we're waiting, let me tell you what's happening on tomorrow and such. Give me a second. Tomorrow, coming up on the show, we're doing something a little bit different. Going to be looking again at King of VHS because I've been working on a preset pack. My preset pack's almost finished. I've got another 5 presets I'd love to add. So far, I've got nearly 20 presets for my new pack. So I thought on tomorrow's show, let's just try and make 5 presets and show you how easy it is to create patches with King of VHS, which in turn works well for King of Synth, all the other King of apps, all the other Audio Kit Pro apps. Just by watching tomorrow, you should get an idea on how to make your own patches. Very simply, just don't think about it, have fun, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Also, as I mentioned at the top of the show, this week we got Ed Zielinski coming on the show. He's a fantastic YouTuber, does tutorials, same kind of stuff like this on iOS and creating music and MIDI and all this kind of stuff. He's a musician as well. Long-time supporter of many channels here on YouTube. We're going to have him on for a chat. You like that? And coming up this week as well too, Walk With Me is back, or Bike With Me, and our new show that happens every Saturday, US and UK time, which is the 1 hour song challenge. And this will go up on my community tab in the next couple of hours. I will put up 4 styles of music and you get to choose which style of music I have to make a song out of in 1 hour. And I'm going to pick some really obscure song music genres this week just to put myself under a bit of pressure after last week's glam rock debacle, which sounded more like AC/DC than anything else. All right, so I've got this project here. This is the brand new Metheus track, and I've taken out all of the guitars. I've taken out all the tones that were on these guitars, so let's have a listen. Here's the bass and drums. And here are the 4 guitar tracks that we're going to try and fix. So they're pretty boring by themselves. Very clean guitars. So let's work on the first one here. I'm going to go with the track 13 and we're going to jump down here. So this originally had Rhino on here. Let's show you how that sounds. And of course it's panned. All right, let's turn that off and we're going to load up a copy of NAMM XT. And let's go with that preset we created. Hopefully it's going to load in here. Metal, there it is. There's our preset ready to go. Let's hear how it sounds just without doing anything. All right, so what I want to do now is load up our second one here and let's try some different cabs. Let's just try experimenting. We're going to load up another copy of NAMM XT and then we'll do some balancing of sounds and see what else we can get going because we've already got some amps in here. So I'm going to scroll And we're going to use this one here. Where are we? Tube. I'm going to go with that one there. And let's solo this one. Hey, that's better. Hey, why are you doing that? Nice. Awesome. Let's go into our mixer. Okay, we'll go back to the start and hear this. We'll do a bit of mixing. So in case you don't know what's going on, if you're not following, let me slow this down a little bit for you. We've got 4 guitar tracks. The top 2, Audio 9 and Audio 10, are lower in the mix. I'm just running through the pedals that they had actually installed in the first place, which was SuperBass. So both of these have SuperBass. Let's hear them both together. And these are lower in the mix. So these are meant to just create thickness underneath. And now let's bring in the 2 tracks with NAMM XT. So the problem is that they're both a bit too loud at the moment. Let's just fuck with this one a little bit. Hi, Tremor Bear. Chris. Sweet. Sounds pretty fucking good, doesn't it? Not too much work, but a little bit of work because, as I said, this isn't something you just download and just go with. You obviously got to have some IR files. You obviously got to have some NAM files. I've shown you all the places to get those. I'll put a link in the description at the end of this video to download my IRs that I have in a Google zip file. I'll put the link to Tone 3000 so you can go and grab all this stuff. Remember, this app is currently $9.99. Hopefully you've got a good understanding about how it works. And if you want to go up and grab their other one, I've done a video on this last year. This is Gig Fast Lite. This is the more feature-rich kind of version because it has all the stuff here. You've got, neural amp models built in. You've got 3 slots, full MIDI capability, filters, shape your tone. This is the more advanced version. In-app purchase. You can either go monthly or yearly with a subscription, or you can just pay $39 outright and own Gig Fast Lite. They're made by the same developer. Your choice. Money's tight. You know what I'm saying? All right, that is the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. I want to apologize once again to Artera DSP for the lateness of this video. It sucks. I'm normally not late like this, but, March was a really big month and just so much to take into account. Thanks for being here in the live chat. If you're watching on the replay, hello. Hit the subscribe. Please help us out because we're on the march to 5,000 subscribers, and I think the last time I checked, we're only like 40 odd subscribers away from 5,000. So please do the sub thing and help us out. Do a tranny a favor. So yeah, 47 subs away, man, from 5,000. Boom. It's been a long journey. All right, we'll see you tomorrow for King of FX making presets. Thomas Christ is up next. He's got his brand new show. What is it called again? It's something about rocking. Man, I remembered all this stuff for today's show, and I can't remember the name of Thomas Christ's show. Wow, I'm a dickhead. Make it rock. I'm there, Thomas. I'm there. Make it rock. So I'll dump you all over there. Here it is. Thomas Christ. He's up next. Boom. Look at it. Make it rock. He'll show you how he makes his music rock. That's the way we ode you around here. Remember, folks, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Stay awake and let's ode you.